If you're an indoor rowing enthusiast, maybe you're trying it for the first time and thinking about purchasing a machine. Somebody told you it was great and you thought, wow, I should check this out. Well, today we're gonna talk about the trends coming up in indoor rowing in 2020. A lot is happening in the rowing space, primarily in the indoor and welcoming in whole new communities. And that's being led by a lot of technological developments as well as new audiences and just new ideas and thought leaders that are happening in this space. So we're gonna take a look at that today. What are the trends that are leading the rowing world in 2020? So I just got back from a trip to France where I was emceeing the World Rowing Indoor Championships as well as meeting with our partners at Decathlon on a project that we have going on the side. Make sure you check out that video if you haven't already. But the point being, that trip, especially at the World Rowing Indoor Championships, 50 countries represented, meaning I had a lot of opportunities to speak to people from different parts of this industry who all have opinions and thoughts, and we've been seeing where this whole thing is going. So I thought this is the perfect opportunity to bring all that together and give to you what you can expect, what's starting to happen in this world of indoor rowing, and what you can get excited about. And so let's just dive right in. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Shane Farmer. This is Dark Horse Rowing, where you build the life that you want to live, and we happen to just use rowing to help you get there. So in no particular order, I'm just gonna dive right into the 5 things that right now are currently influencing this industry and driving a lot of the progression that we're seeing. The first trend that we're seeing is the massive growth of indoor rowing studios right now. Most notably, the 2 that are growing at the fastest rate that I've found are Row House and City Row. These 2 both founded in New York City and franchising and expanding like crazy, so don't be surprised if you see them popping up near you. I as well started one, I think it was 2013. I tried my hand in the game in Houston. Yeah, I live in San Diego. It was a weird arrangement, but that's called Row Studios. That is still there. And there are plenty of other boutiques that are all standalones, or maybe they have just a couple locations. But the rowing studio as a boutique fitness idea is just going crazy right now. In San Diego alone, I believe we've seen 5 pop up with perhaps 2 or 3 more going to open pretty soon. So this rise in indoor rowing studios is really driving an awareness that many people may not have had before because they didn't have an exposure to it. The other place where, this goes back, and so we can maybe not call this boutique fitness, but CrossFit really gave rise to seeing rowing machines pop up at a lot higher rate because almost every CrossFit gym has them. So CrossFit with indoor rowing studios right now, there's a much greater awareness to indoor rowing that wasn't there 3 years ago. Maybe CrossFitters would have seen it. But now that we're seeing studios pop up, people are seeing Row House names, people are seeing City Row names. They're beginning to see the word row on a more regular basis, and I believe that subconsciously that's gonna start to permeate into the culture of fitness a little bit more, where it becomes more acceptable and easier to drive people into a rowing studio. So I've personally tried, every time I'm around any kind of rowing studio, I try to jump into it so that I can get the experience, see what their class feel is, and from firsthand experience, they're really fun. And frankly, just rowing with other people is a lot more interesting than rowing solo if you have the opportunity to. So I would encourage you, if you have a rowing studio near you or you want to check it out, go do. Like, just even if it's just trying a one-off class, it's an experience worth trying, and it's an interesting push that I believe is going to just overall raise the level of awareness in our current industry of fitness. Trend number 2 is the growth in technology and development behind this indoor space. We're seeing a lot of growth in the app space, for VR, for example, in monitor sizes on these machines, where now there's an expectation that you are going to have a much more technologically driven experience on the machine rather than just your standard monitors that have traditionally just held the data that you need. It's all about trying to translate that data into an experience that makes it a more holistic integration to the machine that you may be using. So you're beginning to see actual dollar investment behind these companies, which means that they're gonna carry more gravity. It's not just, you know, somebody at home inventing something for themselves and for their friends. Now there's a true question of, can technological developments drive growth in this industry, and is this industry large enough, healthy enough to continue to drive those technological advancements in order to be able to, you know, profit off of the audience? Yes, there's a profit. No, it's not evil. It's creating a better experience for you. if you see something, do you invest in it? And that's the question that many companies are asking themselves right now. Should we be putting our money behind the technology, the hardware, the software that is going to create an all-around more interesting experience? Trend number 2 that we're seeing is the growth in just actual rowing machines available in the marketplace. Everyone and their mother is trying to make a rowing machine right now. Every fitness company that's out there is trying to jump on this bandwagon of providing a rowing machine so that they at least have a player in the game. Not all of them are doing it well, but you are seeing a growth in machines that span the spectrum of just absolute introductory machine, as inexpensive as you can get, to very high-end machines catered to actual rowers. For example, at that very high end, we have BioRower and RP3. They're trying to give the closest experience to actual rowing as possible. Definitely interesting companies to check out. They carry a higher price tag, but also their emphasis is to help accelerate rowers, making rowers better for their dry land. Then you've got the middle range, right? You've got the Water Rower and the Concept 2, who are supplying machines that are both affordable but also quality. And so they're trying to create, those are kind of the longest players in the game. They've been around for a long time. And those two kind of sit right in the middle. And then on the lower end, you have some machines that you can buy for, $50 on Amazon that are just there to say, hey, there's an absolute introductory machine that anybody could get onto. I just want to put a quick pause on the video. It's PSA time. If you are a company that is going to or has built a rowing machine, please call me before you begin to make any videos. That includes ads or videos that you plan on putting onto the machine or in the unit or supplying to the people who are using your machine. Please call me. The indoor rowing community, they're watching and they're seeing very clear examples of companies who are just trying to shill a machine. They're not gonna buy. Don't give people a poor first experience by not just investing in education. Come talk to me first. I'm happy to guide you through the process. Put out that you understand there's a need for education here to support the people who are going to buy your equipment. End of PSA, let's move on to trend number 4. Trend number 4. This one's actually really interesting to me personally, living and straddling the line between indoor rowing world, rowing world. Indoor rowing is starting to have an influence on the rowing world, and the rowing world is beginning to pay attention. Not fully yet, but the rowing world is beginning to pay attention to messages that are coming out of the indoor rowing world. That is, athletes who may just consider themselves indoor rowers and maybe don't have a desire to actually become a rower. The message is starting to make its way across the bridge over into the rowing communities. All of these messages that are beginning to come from indoor rowing, coastal, adaptive, gig, there are so many different types of rowing, but they're all beginning to actually have an influence on what you could say like the core hub of rowing decision makers are. They're starting to hear the message. So for those of you that are out there, keep being loud, keep being noisy, be the squeaky wheel, because you're gonna help drive influence on the industry as a whole. And I think it's really great to see that messages are not just being driven from rowing out. Now all of those messages are also starting to make their way in. And finally, trend number 5 is we're starting to see that it's almost necessary to create better experiences for workouts on this machine. You see it, prime example, take a look at our channel. The amount of videos that I've now been releasing on workouts is because there's a much higher expectation of give us a real person to follow, give us a real experience to learn, to enjoy our workout, and to have a more integrated experience. That is now becoming the go-to and the necessary for the industry. And it kind of comes back to number 1, where there's all this technology and development happening right now. A lot of that is coming back to how can we improve the experience of following somebody or having an experiential class, whether you are in a physical studio or rowing at home in your basement. How can we increase that experience for people so that it's a much more enjoyable touch? Having been around this industry for a long time now, I can tell you that this is probably one of the most exciting times for you as a consumer to be experiencing everything that is coming through indoor rowing right now and coming through the rowing world in general. Technology advancements, investment advancements are all going to benefit you in the long run. And it's really important to keep your eyes peeled. Look at what's coming out. We'll always help to let you know what the latest trends are and what's happening. And for you, that just means a better experience. You'll enjoy yourself more, you'll get better workouts, and you'll find faster access and the ability to drive further towards becoming who you want to become. If you enjoyed knowing what's happening with the current trends in this world, make sure that you subscribe so that you get alerted whenever we come out with a new video, and then check out this playlist of our intermediate workouts, the perfect place for you to get a great workout. Join me inside of a workout where you can both learn the machine as well as get a great workout to help you achieve your goals.